Hello, and welcome to Thursday's episode of the Literary Lutheran Reads the Book of Concord. Today we continue to go through Article 1, Original Sin. Pelagian and Manichaean errors. This doctrine must be kept and guarded so that it may not turn either to the Pelagian or the Manichaean side. For this reason, the contrary doctrine about this article, which is condemned and rejected in our churches, should also be briefly stated. 1. First, in opposition to the Old and the New Pelagians, the following false opinions and dogmas are condemned and rejected. Original sin is only guilt because of what has been committed by another person without any corruption of our nature. 2. Sinful, evil lusts are not sins, but states or created and essential characteristics of the nature. 3. Or the teaching that the above-mentioned defect and evil are not properly and truly sin before God, because of which a person without Christ must be a child of wrath and damnation, also in the dominion and under Satan's power unless he is grafted into Christ and is delivered through him. 4. The following and similar Pelagian errors are also condemned and rejected. Nature, even since the fall, is said to be uncorrupt, and that especially in spiritual things it is entirely good and pure. In its natural powers it is said to be perfect. 5. Original sin is only outward, a slight, insignificant spot sprinkled or a stain dashed on the nature of mankind, or it is a corruption only in some outward things. Under and with original sin, human nature still possesses and retains its integrity and power even in spiritual things. 6. Original sin is not a spoiling or a lack, but only an outward difficulty for these spiritual good powers. It is like when a magnet is smeared with garlic juice. Its natural power is not removed by the juice, but only hindered. Nor can the stain of original sin be washed away easily, like a spot from the face or paint from the wall. 7. Those who teach that human nature has been greatly weakened and corrupted through the fall, but that it still has not entirely lost all good in divine spiritual things, are also rebuked and rejected. They teach that what is sung in our churches, through Adam's fall, is all corrupt, nature in essence is human, is not true. But from natural birth, human nature still has something good in it, even though it is small, little, and slight. They suggest human nature has the capacity, skill, aptness, or ability to begin, to affect, or to help affect something in spiritual things. About outward, temporal, worldly things and transactions which are subject to reason, there will be an explanation in the following article. These and similar contrary doctrines are condemned and rejected because God's Word teaches that the corrupt human nature of and by itself has no power for anything good in spiritual divine things, not even for the smallest things such as good thoughts. Not only is this true, but the corrupt nature can do nothing in God's sight of and by itself. It can only sin. See Genesis chapter 6 verse 5 and Genesis chapter 8 verse 21. This has been the Literary Lutheran Reads the Book of Concord, and I wish you a blessed day.